Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Welcome into Kindred Gym here in sunny Kindred, North Dakota. The voice you are hearing is not the soothing tones of Josh Elmaris. It's Nick Kosowski in for Josh as he is on vacation. And I get to bring you a Red River rivalry. There, I got it out. Thankfully, we've still got Mr. Nick Eggman with me. He's going to help guide the ship and get us to the finish line, my friend.
I will try and guide you. I don't know. You're putting too much faith in the old man like me.
Oh, old man. You're way younger than I am, so I don't know what you're saying about me. But, hey, this is going to be an exciting game. Minnesota-North Dakota matchup.
Yes.
DGF in town. The Rebels come in with a really impressive record, Nick, on a 6-game winning streak.
Yeah, I mean, they have been playing pretty good basketball, and I know talking with Coach Clark a little bit and Coach Jensen, they just want to be more consistent, and I think they're getting towards that in the later stretch, and that's what you want to be doing, playing your best basketball in late February, early March, and I think DGF's trending towards that. 100%.
In their last 6 games, Nick, they've outscored teams 68-48. Polish Math says 20-point difference is pretty dang impressive over a long, it's not a 2-3 game thing. It's over 6 games. That's pretty dang impressive.
Right, and the teams they're beating aren't any slouches either. I mean, Pelican Rapids is a very good basketball team, and they ended up beating them the second time on January 20th. Earlier in the year on December 11th, they were up 18 at halftime against that Pelican Rapids team and ended up losing by 4 in that game.
Wow.
But they're coming back, and they're playing some really good basketball. And another one last night in Park Rapids, they ended up taking care of business. I'm looking forward to this game, obviously, but then they got Perham later in the year, too, and that's going to be a tough one.
That'll be a really show where they're at truly at the end of the season. Some really good competition, and like you said, Coach Clark said that they're a little bit streaky at times, though, and they're looking for more consistency. But, again, when you're on a 6-7 game winning streak,
I see what you did there. You threw it in.
Hey, I'm trying to be hip now with the wall, right, Nick?
Yeah.
No, and it's fun to see, those guys playing a little bit more consistent. But I know today, playing a really good Kindred team, they're going to have to come and play a complete basketball game.
Correct. And, I mean, they haven't beat Kindred in 4 years. It's been 4 years that DGF hasn't been able to play Kindred. And this is a great game that these coaches and ADs agree to every year. 2 really good basketball programs playing against each other. And DGF has had some great players like Easton Beach come out of DGF, and they made it to state one year. And Kindred's got them that year. And then Kindred, I mean, you lost a whole bunch of starters from last year. You still got Baco. But this might be the year that DGF can get it done.
That's exactly right. I mean, they're going to certainly put their best foot forward. They got an axe to grind. The thing you can always say about DGF is they're always going to hustle. They're always going to be really, really physical. That's just kind of standard for their program. I mean,
shoot, we play them in JV football the last few years, and, man, I mean, that's the toughest game we have every year, and that just shows, I mean, the physicality on the football field translates over into the basketball field, and we play them in baseball in the summer all the time, too, and have some great battles. It's a really good little Minnesota-North Dakota rivalry with Kindred and DGF.
Well, it's exactly right, and why wouldn't you for the proximity of where they're at? And it's kind of interesting that the schools, I mean, athletically really match up very similar in terms of, their strong football program. Their basketball program has been very, very good, like you mentioned, going to state a few years ago. But they bring that physicality. They've got athletes just like Kindred does. It's really kind of a Springfield and Shelbyville throwing in the Simpsons there of kind of a mirror of each other almost just across the river.
Yeah, you lost me on that one.
There, I'm aging myself again. We're going to take a quick commercial break here. Be back in a minute. We're going to talk about the Kindred Vikings.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour, July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
Welcome back into Kindred. The DGF Rebels are in town, crossing the river to play the Kindred Vikings. We talked about the Rebels earlier here, Nick. Let's touch on the Vikings and kind of do a 10,000-foot view, if you will, of the season. Hot start for the Vikings, run into a little bit of trouble over the last couple games. What do you see, Nick, from your perspective?
I see a team that's young. Even though we got a few senior starters, this is really their first year really getting to start. And then a lot of sophomores that are coming in off the bench and starting. I mean, today, we're a little precursor. Graham Hess is going to start for the Vikings today as a junior. But I think they're still feeling themselves out. I don't think they know their true identity yet. And I think you see that when you play those tough teams, that the losses can come out because of that.
100%. You look at last year's team, of the 8 main players that they played a majority of varsity minutes, only 2 are returning, with Luke Starcevic being injured for the year. So you've got 2 players that are really bringing any varsity experience. Gabe Whipple being one of them, and of course Brooks Bacco. And even in Brooks's case, he was more the facilitator last year. He didn't have to necessarily get his points and be as aggressive as he has had to this year. One thing I'm really interested to see is who's going to step up to be Brooks Bacco's Robin. You know, Brooks is obviously the Batman, double-double almost every game. Who's going to be the second guy to kind of come in and be that guy, whether it be Gabe Whipple, Gabe Iverson? Eli Mack has done it at a time or two.
Right, there isn't a Robin yet, right? Or last year you probably didn't have a Batman.
Right.
And you had a million Robins on that basketball team. And this year you have Batman, but it is tough because it could be any given night. These young guys are I shouldn't say young because they're young men, but they're inexperienced in varsity minutes, and we can't really say that going down the stretch. And one of them, or a few of them, are going to have to figure it out to be that Robin to Brooks.
100%. Well said, though, Nick, and you're exactly right. Yeah, maybe we've got some juniors and seniors out there, but in terms of varsity minutes, real minutes, they are very inexperienced and young, and there are going to be those growing pains. And you look at what Kindred has done the prior 2 years, having 2 combined losses. Well, now we're coming off of 2 of 3 that we've lost.
Correct.
This fan base, these kids are not used to losing. This is a
they're
very
not.
winning program, and it's one of those things that there's adversity. And speaking to you as a coach, that's what you want to see, is what kids are going to get tough, what kids are going to buckle down and do the little bit extra. And right now, just from a fan's perspective, at times the Vikings come out a little flat. The Vikings get outworked for those 50-50 balls, and I think those are the sort of things that have to change if they're going to go where they want to go.
I agree 100%, and I'll throw this one by you here. So I was talking with Coach Connor Jensen, a buddy that I have from college, and he's an assistant coach for DGF. He said, it sucks that we have to have Kindred on a back-to-back. So they played last night, and he told me a fact that I didn't even know. When's the last time Kindred's lost back-to-back games?
Oh, my goodness. I'm going to just throw a number out there. 2018.
2018? You went way back, but it's 2023.
2023.
Okay, so 24, 25, and 26. So far, they have not lost back-to-back games, and that's what they're up against here tonight with this tough DGF team coming to town.
No doubt about it. And it's one of those things, what player is going to step up? Who's going to be the difference maker? Bacco is very consistent. We know we can trust him, but I'm excited to see what kid can step up and really grab the bull by the horns, because there's going to be a lot of opportunities for a lot of guys. Coach Whale runs 9 deep pretty consistently, so it could be any one of those single guys. So let's take a quick commercial break here and come back with the keys to the game.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, Sold.
The Ringneck is a perfect stop for lunch or dinner in Leonard, North Dakota. The Ringneck has a wide variety menu from burgers, wraps, steak, chicken, and seafood. For that small-town family-owned dining experience, check out the Ringneck today. To place an order ahead of time for takeout, call 701-645-2465. That's 645-2465. And stop by every other Friday this winter for meat raffles. For more info and daily specials, search the Ringneck on Facebook. Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Welcome back into Kindred, where the DGF Rebels will be playing the Vikings here in just 4 short minutes. Let's go over the quick keys to the game. First for the Rebels. Nick, to me, the key, whenever you're playing Kindred, you got to slow down Brooks Bacco.
Yeah, I mean, that's the key. Every game that you see Kindred on the schedule, it's Brooks Bacco. Where is he at? How are we stopping him? And teams have thrown everything at him, and I'm excited to see how DGF's going to attack it tonight.
Absolutely. That's going to be very exciting. The other thing, you mentioned it earlier in our keys, but Coach Clark talked about being consistent, playing a true full game. We've seen Kindred go on big streaks. If you leave the door open, they will certainly take advantage of it.
Correct. And, I mean, the Coach Clark put it really well, and I was very appreciative of him talking to me about what the game's going to look like tonight. And he's mainly looking for a full, complete game today. Not win or lose. He wants to see his team really compete and play smart basketball. Not turning the ball over, not shooting themselves in the foot, and making sure that they get their job done. And I think that's the main point that he's preaching probably in the locker room right now.
There's no doubt about it. The third thing to me is playing great defense. In this 6-game winning streak, they're only averaging giving up 48 points a game, which is incredible at this level. They've got to come with playing great defense against Kindred.
Right. I mean, you're going to have to close that out on shooters. I mean, Kindred, this is what lost them the game, I think, against Oak Grove on Thursday night. They went 5 from 27 from deep. So they're going to put up threes. You're going to have to be really good around the perimeter for DGF tonight to try and stop those shooters.
Well said. Keys for the Vikings, though, Nick, as we turn the page, to me, they've got to minimize turnovers. Turnovers have plagued them all season. Teams have really turned up the defensive pressure, and the Vikings, at times, have not handled it very well.
Correct. I kind of chuckled there when you brought that up because that is the bugaboo of Kindred's basketball season so far. You look back to 4 wins Minnewaca, and they had that game won. Then they travel 4 series in a row. Oak Grove, they're up by 6 on Thursday night, and then they decide to put it bluntly, not really play very good in the fourth quarter and get outscored 24-9. Lose that game, and it's all because of their turnover problem. If they can minimize the turnovers, I think they could beat anyone in the state and against this DGF team.
Well, they certainly have the talent to do
Correct.
it. There's no doubt about it. They've just got to clean up those turnovers. The last thing I think that's incredibly important for Kindred is, again, we know how good Brooks Bacco is, rebounding and scoring. They've got to be a number 2, not only for scoring that's going to score in double digits, take some of that load off of Brooks, but more importantly, too, Nick, they got to have somebody rebound.
Correct. I think that Castleton game that I watched in Castleton earlier this year, where Castleton really took it to Kindred, they got out. If Brooks wasn't on the court, they would have been out-rebounded probably by 30 in that game, and that's the games that they're going to lose. If they give too many second-chance opportunities on the offensive glass and they're not getting off any second-chance opportunities, this game could get out of hand for the Vikings.
And here's a really interesting stat is Gabe Iverson, more of that shooting guard, point guard, has been second in rebounds in 5 of the games this year.
I've been really impressed with Gabe Iverson, that senior that hasn't – his first year starting varsity. He's come to play, and I think he's got a little chip on his shoulder walking into the gym tonight.
No doubt about it. He's going to play with an edge. This is going to be a great game, Nick. I'm really looking forward to it. We're going to take a quick break here, and we'll come back with the starting lineups right after this.
What's going on today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassi Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve. So we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Welcome back into Kindred Gymnasium on this breezy, cool Saturday afternoon. Kindred Vikings hosting the Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton Rebels in a Minnesota-North Dakota Red River rivalry. There, I got it, Nick. Second time's a charm.
Yeah, good old Texas-Oklahoma, the Red River rivalry down in those two states down there. But we got our own Red River of the North up here.
Absolutely. It's going to be an exciting game. We're getting ready here for the starting lineups. First for the Rebels. Starting at a point guard, number 1, Quincy Cox.
Really looking forward to watch Quincy Cox today, Nick. High scorer on this team, and I think he's going to have a really good game.
Just looks like an athlete, long, strong. Second guard is number 11, is Finn Ahon. Will be he's a junior coming in for this game.
Yeah, Finn Ahonen.
Onan, there you go. There you go. I'll get it right here, Nick. Other guard is 5'10", Jackson Oman, number 12. For the Rebels, and finally, we've got two other guys, number 21, Jackson Dawson, the forward, he's 6'7", and Mason Birkin, number 23, the 5'11" senior. Getting ready to head over, take a look at who is starting for the Kindred Vikings on the home team on the scoreboard.
Going to be a little wrinkle in this lineup tonight if
Yes,
you
sir,
follow
it
the
is.
Vikings.
And hopefully it'll bring a little bit of energy to the floor
Right.
too, Nick, you're exactly right. Starting at guard, 6'6", number 2, Brooks Bacco. He will be the key to the game for the Vikings if it's up to me, isn't it, Nick?
Oh, yeah, I mean, he's going to get his, but I'm excited to see if this guy can get his points too, and then Gabe Iverson.
You're exactly right. Number 3, Gabe Iverson, the senior, also at a guard. Here's the wrinkle in the lineup. Here, Graham Hess getting the start, the junior, number 20.
I think our PA, Paul Quisland, just called Graham Gabe Whipple.
I think he did. Eli Mack, the other one, number 23, is a sophomore getting the start. And then the final, the senior captain, number 22, Gabe Whipple, getting the start.
Yeah, I think Whipple needs to have a good game here tonight, Nick.
Yep.
Without that, Whipple, I know he's a very competitive young man, and I think he would own up to he hasn't been playing his best basketball, and I think he really wants to really help out his team, and I'm excited to see what he brings to the table today.
100%. The other key that I forgot to mention, Nick, that is so important, let's see some swagger out of these Vikings. See some energy, diving on the floor, fired up, play with a little bit of energy, I think will be really key.
Yeah, here we go. This is going to be a fun one.
Absolutely. Bacco will be jumping up against Oman. Oh, no, I take that back.
I think that's Birkin.
It is Birkin. He's got some jumps. Come away right side, Whipple. Iverson back to Whipple in the corner. Bacco posting up. Top of the key, Mack. Rolled around to Hess. Getting his first career start inside to Whipple. Drive and kick. Eli Mack, top of the key. Just off. Great.
See, that's what Graham Hess brings to the table here, Nick. He is the guy that's going to go do the little things for a basketball team.
Great work, and Bacco with a hammer. The first 2 points of the game, Brooks Bacco slams it down.
So strong down low. I mean, last year he was point guard. This year he can play basically whatever position they want him to play.
Turnover for the Vikings. Bacco again. Foul. Didn't hear that whistle on that one.
Yeah.
I was expecting perhaps another slam.
Yeah, he went up strong with it. Must have got hit a little bit. I guarantee you going through his head right now, he's probably upset with him for not getting that and one.
He got his wrist grab pretty good, though, but a nice play by Brooks. Strong take and a quick start for the Kindred Vikings.
Certainly is.
Bacco heading to the line here. Shoot 2. Long on his first. Bacco, traditionally a really good free throw shooter, starts out a little cold on that first one.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that a lot last year with the basketball team last year. Free throws are not a strong suit, and I think this team's gotten a lot better at shooting free throws.
Most definitely. 1-3-1 press here by the Vikings, something we haven't seen a ton of this season. Bacco's with his length and strength, making life very challenging. DGF trying to get it across.
Got a timeout.
Yep, timeout. Great timeout.
And that timeout is brought to you by Kindred State Bank.
Thank you for reminding me. At Kindred State Bank, if you have any questions, go to kindredstatebank.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Welcome back into Kindred here. We're 51 seconds into the game, Nick, and we're already seeing the Kindred Vikings come out with way more energy than we've seen in quite a few games.
Yep, I like to see their full court press here. Ramp up that defense a little bit, make the other team stay on their heels.
It's one of those things, too. It just speeds them up quicker than they want to. Whipple and Bacco get the steal. Bacco behind the back, try to flip it up there. Instead, it's a turnover. Ahonen with the steal. Here comes DGF looking for their first point. Gets Bacco in the air. Missed. Rebound. Bacco comes flying in for a rebound. His first of the day. Whipple, top of the key. Right side, Iverson. Iverson, big time pressure there by Omen. Here's Whipple in the drive. Whipple up strong. Misses. Rebound. Mack again. Just off. Rebound to the Rebels here.
That was good out of Mack. Got that offensive rebound, gave his team a second chance, just couldn't get one to go.
100%. Drive the lane.
Ooh, travel.
Traveling violation before that. Great defense there by Iverson.
Mr. Gellner really told him that was a travel there.
You got pretty excited, didn't he?
Yeah.
Iverson takes it across the timeline here. Looks for Mack, left side. Cutting is Hess. Iverson, top of the key. That's where he likes it. Downtown.
Got her.
Gabe Iverson, the senior, hits a three, and it's a quick 6-0 lead for the Vikings here early. Left side here for the Rebels. Trying to get something going. Man defense for the Vikings. Inside, Mack guarding. Drive,
Good
cutter
cut.
there. Nice cut.
Yeah, look, he just got lost. Number 12 there, Jackson Ullman.
Yep, great cut there. A little gap in the defense. He took advantage of it. Bacco drives, kicks a little strong, and a turnover for the Vikings.
Yeah, that's two by Bacco now.
Rare mistakes by number 2.
His first one, he tried to get a little pretty with it, go behind the back and make a really flashy pass. That one just a little bit too strong.
Yep. It does allow the Vikings, though, to set up in their 1-3-1 trapping defense. Again, Whipple and Bacco trap. Ullman's got the ball here left side. Birkin wants to reset it, settle down. Man defense, again, by the Vikings. Corner drive, right side, right on the line there. Good eye by the official.
These Vikings, they're coming to play defensively so far. They're doing a really good job suffocating this DGF in the front court and in the back court, making life a little bit hard.
100%. A little bit of man pressure there on Bacco as he brings it across the timeline. Mack right side, Iverson post up Bacco. He got his guy buried, loops around, just does miss. Rebound goes to the Rebels, and they're going to push the pace here a little bit.
Yeah, smart. Get up the court before Kindred can set anything up.
Yep. Birkin, top of the key right side. They're looking inside. Loops around on Mack. Can't quite make it. Baco again skies in for his second rebound of the game. Whipple, Iverson. Moved around again. You know, the thing you want to look for the Vikings is purposeful passes. There's an open shot.
There's
Iverson.
one.
2 for 2 from downtown. 6 quick points for Gabe Iverson.
Like I said, he had a little chip on his shoulder walking into the gym tonight. It was cool to see after the girls' game was done last night. Iverson and Mack, they stayed and got some shots up by themselves in the gym, getting ready for tonight.
That's exactly what you want to see on a team that wants to get back on the winning track here. Iverson, as I mentioned, a quick 2 for 2 here as we're nearing the halfway point of the quarter. Vikings leading 9-2. Up top, Dawson driving. Oman over to Birkin. DGF having a hard time getting inside on this tough Kindred defense. The Kindred bench is fired up, trying to cheer on.
The fans are fired up too.
4 seconds, 3, blocked by Whipple. Baco's got the ball ahead. Mack, one dribble, lays it in. Eli Mack.
And Coach Dawson has already used Coach Clark, has already used a timeout. I don't know if he wants to use another one this early.
Trailing by 9 of the Rebels, drive in, nice play there.
That was a good drive, very good drive by Ahonen.
Ahonen, a really nice drive, yep. You can see why he's one of their leading scorers there, very smooth as he went in amongst the trees here. Kindred trying to answer back.
Can he do it again?
Oh, yes, sir! Yes, sir! Gabe Iverson, absolutely on fire. 3 for 3, continue to feed the man, Nick.
Oh, yeah, you don't take the ball. There's going to be a heat check here in a little bit.
100%. Birkin trying to answer back. He can't. Baco again, a rebound. Kindred up 10. Left side, Mack. Mack puts it on the deck, drives hard all the way around. Iverson, just a bit long.
There was that heat check.
Yep. I think that might have got caught in the wind or something. Still a very, very good quarter for Gabe Iverson. Right side is DGF's trying to get something going offensively here. Dawson inside. Ahonen strong. Rebounded by Whipple. Whipple driving, kicking to Hess. Hess back on top to Whipple. Right side Iverson thought about it for a second. Cutters, Mack. Oh, that's a beautiful play.
That is
great
pretty.
Team basketball. Timeout, Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton. We'll also take a timeout. Back at 30.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Welcome back into a raucous Kindred Gymnasium as the Vikings have a quick 16-4 lead here in the first quarter, Nick. A lot of energy from these Vikings.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the cool thing about it is their bench is getting into it, and I really like to see the parents are getting into it so far, too.
Great start, and a lot of it is the catalyst, in my opinion, Nick, has been this press we're looking at right now. 1-3-1 has really given DGF fits. Long three for Birkin, just a bit strong. Good fight inside there. Hand check off of Cox. We haven't heard from him yet.
They're two high scorers, Birkin and Cox. They haven't even scored.
No, and I think that's the first time Cox has touched the ball.
Now we got a whole bunch of people coming in. Looks like Jarrett Manson, Chase Johnson, Lichtenberg, and Will Olson. Just brought 4 different guys in. That's what Coach Clark will do. He's kind of like Coach Whale. He'll bring the bench out too.
They almost like a shift change in hockey.
Right. We did miss Carter Gronwald came in for the Vikings as well.
Yep, you're exactly right. Eli Mack went up strong and is fouled. He'll go to the line shooting 2. I mean, just everything from the Vikings today. You love to see the cutters. Nobody standing around. I think that's been partially some of the challenge here over the last few games. Obviously, very good competition, but a lot of the Vikings, at least offensively, a lot of standing around.
Correct. It's a lot of someone else will do it, or I'll try and do it all myself.
Yep.
And tonight it has not been like that.
At times it seems like it can be a me instead of a we, and certainly today it's been a we game.
Mm-hmm.
Mack connects on the first, looking to go 2 for 2 from the line. Violation on Brooks there, a little early.
You don't see that very often.
Yeah,
so Mack's free throw percentage goes down. Thanks, Brooks.
That's exactly right. Eli, a very good free throw shooter in his own respect here.
Looks like Hudson Kozowski's in the game, too.
Yep, he is.
Are we going to see a lob? Nope, Ivor just took it himself.
He thought about it for a second, Nick. You were lining up for it. Great job. Here it is, pressing again. Another steal by Iverson.
This one's going to be a lob.
Yep. Oh, that's what he was looking for, a foul. Good foul there by number 4, Chase Johnson. He had to slow that down. He could see Baco, I assume, on his periphery.
Oh, yeah.
He did not want to be part of a poster.
That was pretty funny. Iverson just looked at Brooks there and give him a little smirk. I knew what I was going to do. I was going to give you the ball.
Iverson to the line. You mentioned, Kindred struggled from the free throw line last year with as many athletes and good players as there were. This year, the Vikings have done a pretty dang good job. You look at Iverson, Mack, and Baco, very good free throw shooters in their own respect.
Right. I think they've really stressed that over the offseason and the beginning of this season, and making sure that we will make our free throws and get easy buckets.
Baco with the steal here. DGF having a hard
time
getting across half court. Baco just about got an old-fashioned three-point play. Instead, he'll have to shoot 2.
This game right now, I mean, DGF's they cannot get past the half court line, and it's already 21-4 with 2 free throws coming. They're gonna have to figure something out quick here, or else this game's gonna be over before it even started.
Well said, Nick.
Baco misses again.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about it. If we talk about it, then we're just adding to it.
Oh, no, I'll give Brooks crap on Monday. I'll say you need to make your free throws in the weight room.
There you go. Baco attempts a second, just off there.
Ahonen and Birkin back in the game for the Rebels.
Here comes top of the key is Johnson. Johnson looks left side. Ahonen, long 3 there by Cox. Deep, rebounded by Kyle Campbell. Kyle Campbell, a senior, getting some action here for the Vikings. Inside cross, Grunwald, Iverson, Campbell top of the key. Just a little short. Long rebound out to Johnson. Right side is Birkin. Birkin goes in.
That's going to be offensive, I would say.
Offensive foul.
Iverson did a very, very good job setting his feet there. Knew he was going to get contact and took that one and fell hard to the floor.
It's exactly right.
That one was not a flop.
No, it was not. Vikings fans are getting a smile at that, Mr. Eggman. Zone defense here now by DGF. Trying to switch things up. Iverson, Baco, inside Kozowski, right side, Iverson again. Yes, sir!
Have a first quarter, Mr. Iverson. That is 16.
Wow. What a quarter by Gabe Iverson. Ball knocked away again. Grunwald with the steal, the sophomore. Vikings are going to slow things down a little bit here for one shot. 10 seconds remaining in the quarter. Baco top of the key. Little give and go, nothing. Campbell out to guess who? Iverson's going to drive and say, I can do more than 3. Rebound, Kozowski. Yes!
Gets it.
Right at the quarter break. Hudson Kozowski scores. Great quarter by the Kindred Vikings. They lead 26-4 after 1.
When we bought our first home in Fargo, we had no idea where to start. A friend told us to call First Class Mortgage, and I'm so glad we did. They explained every step, answered all of our questions, and made us feel completely at ease. We closed on time and even got a better rate than expected. If you're buying or refinancing, trust me, call First Class Mortgage. They really do live up to their name.
First Class Mortgage is locally owned. Visit firstclasscorp.com for more info.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
We're back in Kindred, and a bit of a shocker, Nick.
I was not expecting this.
No, Vikings lead 26-4 against the Cross River rivals of the Rebels, and I don't know if the Vikings could have played any better basketball in that first quarter.
Nope, and now let's see here. They go into lulls every now and then, and DGF's going to need them to go in a lull here to try and get back in this game.
No doubt about it. Birkin just does get it across the timeline. Corner Johnson, he's a good three-point shooter, just short. Ball ripped out by Iverson, ran it down there. Gabe Iverson doing everything. Carter Grunwald drive, kicks to Whipple. Whipple through the lane is held down strong by Cox. And he just grabbed Whipple's arm there, Nick.
Yep, tried to go for the ball, nowhere near it, and got a whole bunch of arm and see if Whipple can join the scoring party the Vikings are on right now.
That's one of those good fouls, too. Whipple had a wide open lane for the most part, and you don't want him to have that opportunity at a three-point play. Whipple misses on his first. Gabe Whipple, the senior, who signed just recently here at Valley City State to play some football.
Yeah, something I'd like to see. Going to go be a teacher. He's going to go there for, I think, elementary ed and play some football, and it's going to be his teammate from the Vikings, Tannen Johnson, is going there too.
That is very exciting, especially for locally for the Kindred Vikings and the football team that has had so much success over the years. Long pass down the court. Good ball movement. Birkin pump fakes, flips it up, misses, rebound long. Ran down by the Rebels there. Right side here. Here's Cox with the ball driving. Kicked out off the legs. Little strong pass from Cox there.
Yeah, a little low. That's a tough one to bring in. But Cox is saying he should have a better pass, and then Leichenberg is saying he should have gotten that ball.
Definitely. And that's one thing the Vikings have done just a phenomenal job today is they have sped up DGF way quicker than they want to.
Mm-hmm. And DGF, after coming off a game last night against a Pelican Rapids team, getting up a little bit early, coming in. Not a long drive, but a back-to-back is always tough.
Yep, and we are in a matinee. It's not the extra hours that they would get to necessarily recover for, again, 15 to 17-year-old kids is not asking too terribly much, but Baco's posted up, quickly double-teamed, and a foul there on the Rebels. That is their third foul of the quarter already. No, that can't be right, Nick.
I think it's his second.
It is their second. You are correct. Eric Iverson on the scoreboard doing a great job as Baco takes it up strong amongst the trees and lays it in.
Yeah, that's just so tough to defend. I mean, he's such a strong individual. You can get around there, you can get a little body on him, but he's just going to bounce right off it.
That extra vertical and that hops that he has is so impressive as Baco nearly has the steal there. Corner Birkin open. He's going to hit that.
There we go. Now Birkin's on the scoreboard.
Beautiful shot by Birkin. You can see why he's had as much success as he's had. As Eli Mack takes a strong hoop, blocked there by the Rebels. Birkin gets the rebound. Guarded by Whipple. Top of the keys, Omen. Dawson here. The Rebels starting five out there that started the game. Here to start the second quarter, trying to get back in this game. Right side shot clock at 16. A long three for Dawson. He's going to hit that.
Ooh, there we go. Now they got a couple in a row. And let's see if they can get another stop on defense.
Jack Dawson with a beautiful three from the 6'7" junior. Right side Grunwald. Here's Hess. Top of the key, Mack. Grunwald thought about it. Corner Whipple. Whipple drives in strong. Hess will try. Yes, sir. Graham Hess with a nice three. For the junior, and a 1-3-1 defense again. Baco creating havoc for the Rebels. Turnover again. Mack gets the ball ahead to Grunwald. Grunwald's going to go up strong. Partially blocked. Rebound Mack. Mack up strong. He can't get it to fall. Ball kicked out. Here's going to be to the basket. Blocked.
I think that's going to be a foul on Leichenberg. Came in a little hot.
He came in a lot of hot. Great effort, though.
Yeah, Vikings are kicking themselves right now. They just had 2 easy bunnies that they could have made down low and didn't get either of them.
And I guarantee Coach Will would say, use the backboard. Use the backboard.
So it's there for, right?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Vikings lead 32-10 here. 5 minutes left in the second quarter as Baco takes it across the timeline. Cross-court pass to Whipple. Whipple blows by his guy up strong, misses. Awful Whipple there as he tried to get his own rebound.
Yeah, but little bit, got past his guy, went quick to the basket. I would like to see Whipple settle in a little bit there, go up, straight at the hoop.
Yeah, you do like to see the aggressiveness, though, here as the Rebels drive in. Birkin, step back. Jumper missed. Baco again, the rebound ahead to Whipple. Whipple out in front. Stripped off. That's off his leg. Great play. Was that Birkin that's got that?
I think so. I think Birkin got his hand in there.
Really nice play.
Yeah, that one, Whipple brought the ball down a little too low. If he would have kept it up high, Birkin wouldn't have been able to get that ball.
That's well said. Here's Ullman, dribbles across the line. Stolen away by Baco.
What are we going to get here?
Buckle up. A hammer by Brooks. Just a gentleman's slam.
Just a nice little simple out of Baco there.
Giving the rim a break. He has abused those rims here in Kindred for a long time.
Yeah, our AD, Brad Ambrosius, is kind of, we're going to miss when Brooks leaves, but he's going to say maybe I don't have to buy him as many rims anymore.
The springs won't be as wore on those rims. There's no doubt about that. Here's Cox on top of the key. Thought about it momentarily. Birkin, left side. Driving in. Here's Honan. Double team. Dawson, great find there by Honan in for Dawson.
Iverson and Matt came in on a Honan on Dawson, and he found the wide open guy.
Has good ball movement by the Vikings. Jackson Schlielman with a traveling violation there. He was up in the air, Nick, and dribbled or kind of spiked the ball down, if you will. But
kind of got caught there. Didn't know if he wanted to shoot or pass, and good defense by the Rebels to make him struggle like that.
One of those tough things being in no man's land there. So here come the Rebels, trailing by 22 here, halfway through the second quarter. Ahonen over to Birkin, top of the key here.
Cox
got it. There it is. Cox gets his first points of the ball game with 3, and slowly but surely, Nick, the Rebels are working their way back into this ball game. Mack inside, nice spin move there. Just misses that one.
Man, a whole bunch of layups the Vikings are missing right now.
Tough amongst the trees as Eli Mack slaps his hands. He wants that one back. Top of the key, Conklin. Right side, another 3. Just off, tipped by Baco to himself. Another rebound for Brooks. Brooks is going to push the place.
Ooh, he's nearly got stolen. I thought that ball was going to get stolen.
Yeah, close one there, Nick. Iverson inside. Mack paused momentarily up against Conklin and gets the N1.
Yeah, makes up for that last one, Kozowski.
Yeah, that is exactly right. And what did he do there, Coach Eggman?
Went straight up, physical, right to the basket, and used the
backboard. You lob it, I dunk it. Mack heads to the line. Again, a very good free throw shooter. Makes the old-fashioned three-point play. Eli Mack quickly with 8 points here in this first half.
Whipple Campbell back in. Mack's going to take a breather. Hess is going to take a breather.
And for the Rebels, there's Birkin, Cox, Honan, Conklin, and Dawson in for the Rebels. Up top, Dawson's going to try a long 3, and he got it.
There we go. The Rebels kind of changed their offensive outlook here and say we might need to start making some threes, and they're putting them up and they're getting them to drop.
They really are shooting much better here in the second quarter. Getting a little bit more used to the defense of the Kindred Vikings. Inside Whipple, good jump step there, up strong, misses. Reed gets his own rebound, up strong again, and it gets an N1.
Yeah, might as well miss if you didn't get fouled the first time, get it back, and then get fouled and go make a chance for a three-point play.
Try again. That is what Gabe Whipple did on that play. Pat Nestats gets that rebound and then gets an N1 opportunity. Carter Grunwald, the sophomore, comes back in for Schlielman. Gets the front end roll. The members roll here for Gabe Whipple, the senior. Vikings lead here 40-18, nearly stolen by Baco. That could have been some fireworks. Right side, jump shot by Cox, long. Ball knocked around, out of bounds.
I think that's going to be off Baco, I would assume.
I believe so. I don't think anyone really knew where the ball was.
Yeah.
It was down at the ankles, and everyone was searching around looking.
Good to see Baco get up there. That was a hard fall. That would have been catastrophic for the Vikings if he went down.
100%. Yeah, every time he goes down, the gym takes a proverbial gasp.
Yep.
Conklin will take a top of the key over to Birkin. He's going to drive and kick. Three-pointer for Cox. Gets that one. Cox has hit 2 3-pointers here in the second quarter. Pulling the Rebels within 19 now. Near turnover for the Vikings. Kick. Baco surveys, looks inside to Whipple. Whipple, jump shot in the lane, just misses. Rebound, Birkin. And the Rebels are on the attack here. Birkin left side, guarded by the senior Iverson. Step back, jump shot. Boy, that's beautiful.
Man, that is pretty. I mean, Iverson was in great defensive position there, and Birkin made that one look easy.
That was a really nice play. As you mentioned, not much Iverson can do. There's a turnover for the Vikings.
I mean, if you're the Rebels here, you can get this to 10 by halftime. You're going to be very, very happy, and this is a completely new ball game.
100%, and you remember, they scored 4 points in that first quarter,
Right.
Nick. They're really playing incredibly well here in the second quarter and chipping in to this Viking lead as they come back out again. The 1-3-1 defense cross to Cox. Inside Honan, lost the ball momentarily. The ball kicks out. Somehow, out of the scrum, the Rebels come up with it. Birkin, left side Conklin. There's a Honan drives up and misses there. Rebound again. Ball knocked around. Iverson hustling after the ball.
Yeah, I like the effort by Iverson, but if you're the Kindred Vikings, you got to get a rebound. Something we talked about in the pregame. Stop letting the ball bounce around. Go up, be strong, and go get that ball.
That's exactly right. You do, again, like to see the hustle from Iverson there. Getting dirty, getting on the ground there right in front of his bench. Rebels, minute 10 remaining in the first half. Cox, right side, Birkin. Dawson, Conklin. Cox had his open three, resets. You're going to try from there. Got it again.
Don't look now, 14-point game.
The Rebels are working their way back into this game. Baco thought about it for a second. Inside Whipple. Whipple, strong take, fadeaway. Misses, and it gets the roll. Great touch by Whipple.
Got the roll. I was going to say if that one went to Fallen, I'm not sure Coach Whale would have been too happy with that shot selection.
Long pass stolen by Mack. Mack pushing the ball. Great pass inside to Baco.
Baco with the two-hander.
The two-hand hammer down by Brooks Baco. He makes it look so easy. Birkin thought about it, kick to Johnson. Johnson's a good three-point shooter, just misses there. Baco
That opens it up for the Vikings. Now it was just a 14-point game. Now they got a chance to go up by 20 again.
10 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Baco takes it across, guarded by Johnson. He'll go down the lane, drives, takes on all the Rebels, just about nails it, misses it. Birkin ahead of the play. 1 second, he's going to go up strong. Gets
Got
it
it.
at the buzzer.
2 buzzer beaters in the first 2 quarters.
An exciting first half of basketball, Nick. The Vikings lead 44-27 as we head into halftime.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour, July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure. to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
Welcome back to Kindred here, where the Vikings lead 44-27 over the Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton Rebels. They're cross-town, cross-state rather, rivals. Really interesting first half, Nick. First quarter to second quarter, completely different for the Rebels.
Completely different. I mean, they scored 4 in the first quarter. Now they're up to 27. And the way they played in the second quarter, this was the game I was expecting, a tight game, maybe a little high scoring. Both teams were struggling on defense coming into the game, and now the way the Vikings started, it's going to be tough for the Rebels to come back into this game. And they tried, they pulled, got really close, and then the Vikings scored late. But if they can come out hot like they did in that second quarter again here in the third, they can get tight in the fourth.
No doubt about it. We saw the Rebels chip away at that lead throughout that second quarter. I mean, you can see where they've got the talent and why they have the record that they do. They've got some real athletes.
Right, they do. And, I mean, once you get hot from behind the arc, it's kind of contagious. I mean, a lot of things in the sports, it's based off runs, right? Who gets those runs at the right time? And the Rebels had it there in the second quarter.
No doubt about it. I think the other thing that the Rebels have to be kind of kicking themselves a little bit after that first half is, as I mentioned, in their winning streak, they'd only given up 48 points a game. Nick, the Vikings have 44 at half.
Yeah, they have 44 at half, and they can't be too happy, or Coach Clark can't be too happy with how things went in their first half.
And a lot, really, of those points came off of the turnovers.
Turnovers, right.
And you're just hurting yourself, obviously not being able to do anything offensively, but giving the Vikings nice, easy layups.
Correct. I mean, Vikings came out in that full court press, something we haven't seen a lot of, and it hurt. It hurt the Rebels.
It absolutely did. The Vikings, Rebels, both coaches, Nick, using a lot of guys. They're going 9-10 deep. The Vikings went 10 deep today.
Yep, it's fun to see getting all those players involved, and it's getting down to the stretch and, like, who's going to be those guys coming in off the bench and who's going to play meaningful minutes here in about a month.
Absolutely. You know, and you got to remember, too, even though these are 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, Nick, there's bumps and bruises. As you mentioned, the Rebels coming off a back-to-back, guys are a little bit tired. If you've got that longer bench, something that the Vikings really didn't use a ton of last year.
Correct.
It's nice to have those bodies just to take the minutes off of your main guys.
Right. I mean, Iverson can get a break for the Vikings. Cox can get a break for the Rebels. It's really important to make sure that they are playing at a high level and comfortable instead of playing tired.
100%, and especially when you're playing this sort of intense game where there's pressure, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of movement. I mean, it's not just a, hey, we're going to walk the ball up the floor sort of thing. It's pressing, it's offense and defense, and really the Vikings have moved incredibly well offensively. Do you think, Nick, that that's partially because of what they're running on defense?
I do think that is because they are speeding up the Rebels and they're getting themselves so much more easy opportunities to go score. And then when you set up a half-court offense after a turnover, you have that momentum, and it works in to their favor.
Definitely. So, Coach Eggman, put your hat on, being DGF Mike Clark. You're talking to your team right now. What's your message to the team?
I mean, I think you wash away that first quarter.
Yep.
You talk about what they just did in the second quarter, and you build off that. Main goal: break the press, get the ball into the front court, and then set up an offense. Because once you've done that, you've gotten high opportunity shots, and you've been making a few of those threes. And keep that mentality up. Don't get down and keep going.
Well said. I think to add on to that, the Rebels in their half-court set have been very calm, under control. They haven't made a lot of mistakes. The mistakes have come when they can't get the ball across half-court.
Correct.
It's Baco, it's Whipple, it's Iverson getting a hand finger, Eli Mack with the steals. I mean, it's creating a lot of havoc. But again, to your point, Nick, when they're in that half-court set, they've looked really good.
They have, and I mean, that we saw it last night with the girls' game. You were here. I called the game. Kindred girls pulled away because Northern Cass couldn't get it across half court, and that's what Coach Brandt and Coach Whale puts their hat on, that pressure them, make them not defense travels, right? Defense travels, that's what they've done, and the Rebels are going to have to, I mean, once they get it to that front court, like you just said, this could be a tighter game if they keep the turnovers to a minimum.
Absolutely. On the Vikings side of things, if you're Coach Whale, what are your thoughts in that first half?
I'm very proud with how they've come out and they played team basketball today. It hasn't been a me take the ball, go one-on-one type of mentality. It's been pass, bucket, pass, bucket. And I think you do that the rest of this game. And they honestly could probably be close to 55 points. They've missed a lot of easy bunnies as well. And that, I think, make the easy buckets and keep playing high-pressure defense, and they're going to walk away with maybe even 90 points on the scoreboard tonight.
You're spot on, partner. I mean, they have played incredibly well, but it's because of their movement. They're not standing around. They're playing we basketball, not me basketball, something that, was a bit of an issue here coming into this game. But a lot of Vikings contributing, high energy. The bench, there has not been really a drop-off at all when the bench players have come in. If anything, they've brought a little bit of juice to it as well.
Right, I mean, and Graham Hess starting, I mean, he doesn't score very many points. He's got a 3 on the night, but that's kind of that spark plug I think the Vikings needed to come and be that gritty guy that goes on the floor, does all the meaningful things that's not in the stat book, but the fans notice and the rest of your team notices.
Well, and it feeds to other teammates, too. You see your teammate flying on the ground, all of a sudden you're more likely to get dirty and to join that fun. So, again, a great half for the I was going to say Minnesota Vikings, with the Kindred Vikings. The other key to me heading into the second half is they've got to continue that energy.
Yep.
Much like Coach Clark for DGF talked about, you can't have lulls. The Vikings cannot be satisfied with their lead because, as we mentioned, in that second quarter, the Rebels kept chipping away. They're a well-coached team. They can shoot the lights out. It doesn't take much of a window for those guys to step through.
And like I've talked about already, the Vikings do get into those lulls. We've seen it, and if that happens, look out.
Yep. We're going to take a quick commercial break and come back for the second half of basketball here from Kindred.
Lunch or dinner in Leonard, North Dakota. The Ringneck has a wide variety menu from burgers, wraps, steak, chicken, and seafood. For that small-town family-owned dining experience, check out the Ringneck today. To place an order ahead of time for takeout, call 701-645-2465. That's 645-2465. And stop by every other Friday this winter for meat raffles. For more info and daily specials, search the Ringneck on Facebook.
Welcome back into Kindred Gymnasium where the Vikings lead 44-27. Nick, let's pay off some sponsors here.
Yes, that halftime was just brought to you by First Class Mortgage, locally owned and operated. First Class Mortgage is more than just our company name. It's the way they do business. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, their dedicated team takes the time to understand your financial situation. They provide first-class service, first-class knowledge, and a first-class experience at the lowest interest rates. For more information, go online to firstclasscorp.com.
Great job, Nick, there. Thank you to our sponsors for helping us bring you guys this wonderful game of the Red River rivalry. I'm 2 for 3. I'm really happy with that.
Wouldn't be able to do it without you sponsors.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. Vikings get the ball to start the second half here. Same starting lineup as started for the Rebels of Cox, Onan, Oman, Dawson,
and Bjerken.
Yep, thank you.
Mac opens it up early.
Great
in the second half.
You can see the Rebels tried to turn it up, Nick, defensively there, but did not get paid off there as the Rebels do just get across the timeline. Kick Birkin left side. He's going to drive, take it strong. Long rebound, Baco. Baco surveys as he brings it down the floor.
It's just so fun to watch him go sky up for a rebound. Iverson.
Yes, sir. He brings the heat to the second half as they got to fix the net. Gabe Iverson is shooting the lights out. He's got 19 tonight, Nick.
Right. I remember what I said in the pregame. 5 for 27 against Oak Grove from behind the arc. They are doing way better tonight from behind the arc here in Kindred. And I think if they're hot from behind the arc, this team might be one of the best, if not the best, in the Class A division.
They are right up there, Nick. You're exactly right. Shooting the lights out. Specifically, Gabe Iverson doing a great job.
But when they're cold, that's where they run into problems.
Yep, long one. Great box out by Eli Mack. The ball falls to Iverson as Iverson passes Baco. Baco has the ball deflected and turned over. Rebels looking to get something going here. Trailing by 23. Birkin right side. Top of the key. Cox thought about it. Pressured by Whipple. Oman to Onan. Dawson, top of the key. He can shoot threes. Drive inside by Cox. Up strong. Foul there by Hess.
Yeah, a little too aggressive there by Hess. Got too much body on Cox as he drove it into the bucket.
Heading to the line will be Cox. He's got 8 points here in the game. Looking to make it double digits. Quincy Cox hits the first one. You know, looking at this Rebel team, Nick, they have a lot of younger guys that are playing big minutes, juniors and sophomores, with Birkin being the exception of the senior playing a lot of minutes.
Yep. I mean, they're going to return a lot of starters there to the team next year.
No doubt about it. As Cox made both there, pulling the Rebels within 21. Baco, left side. Great pass inside to Mack. Misses. Rebound, Dawson. Rebels will bring it across the timeline here. Corner cut, Birkin. Guarded by Iverson. Just about drug his foot, didn't. He gets the ball back in the corner, driving middle. Cox is going to try a three. He's been hitting from there. Not
in and
that
out.
Time. An unfair roll for Quincy Cox there, the junior. Graham Hessel try to load up, and it's fouled by Dawson on a three-point shot, Nick.
Yeah, that's going to be 3 free throws for Hess here. He's buried one of them. Let's see if he can get a three the hard way.
Jake Dawson, the 6'7 junior, picks up his second foul as Hess heads to the line for three. Long on the first.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Eli Mack. Eli Mack drew that assignment of Dawson, and he's very much out in size for Dawson and Mack, and Mack's played a very physical game against Dawson and not allowed him to post up down low.
That's exactly right, Nick. The physicality that Mack's brought has been very impressive today. Hess goes 2 for 3 from the free throw line. Again, Mack and Dawson towards the top of the key. Here comes the steal. Great spin move by Baco. Brooks Baco hammers it down. My goodness, you never get tired of seeing that.
So athletic.
Just about got it again. Brooks creates. Here's Cox driving. Dawson right side guarded again by Mack. Ahonen driving on Iverson. Lost it momentarily, and they're going to give it back to him. Say it was stripped there by Iverson.
Ahonen calling out a baseline play. See what they got drawn up.
Not a bad decision to get it to Cox for an opportunity at three-pointer, although Cox is guarded by Baco. Birkin top of the key, guarded by Whipple. Working the perimeter are the Rebels.
3 on the shot clock.
Loops around, got to come up
That's
short.
That's going to be a
there.
violation.
Yep, great defense by the Kindred Vikings,
They're not having their lull right now out of the locker room. They're coming out firing.
100%. Great job. I mean, as a coach, I don't know if there's anything that fires you up more than kids diving on the floor or a shot clock violation that you created.
You can hear once that shot clock got around 7 seconds left, the whole fans on the Kindred side started lighting up, and Hess having himself a little night here.
He is shooting incredibly well there. Hits his second three. He's got 8 tonight. Johnson nearly got trapped in the corner. Birkin right along that line. They'll say it was knocked out by Hess. So as I look at the scoreboard here, Max got 11. Whipple's got 6. Hess has 8. We talked about Gabe Iverson shooting the lights out. He's got 19. Baco's got 11. Talk about nice even scoring for the Vikings.
Correct. I mean, that's exactly what you want to see here. By the end of this game, you're probably going to have 4 or 5 in double digits for the Vikings, and that's exactly what you want, and not just have 1 or 2 that you usually see.
Great defense by Mac. Cuts off Dawson as he tried to get middle.
Down below 10 seconds on the shot clock again.
Cox thought about it. They're getting pressured. Johnson's got it right side. He's got to throw it up. Goes up strong. Long.
Wow.
Baco with the rebound.
That's nearly 2 in a row.
Great defense. Ahead to Hess. Whipple outside. I'll tell you what, Brooks Baco's having himself some fun with some no-look passes. Iverson pump fake. Baco down the lane.
Yeah, you can't lose him on the defensive side of the basketball.
And Gabe Iverson is a very, very good passer. He's going to hit that every time as Johnson nearly turns the ball over. Cross into Dawson. Dawson loops around. Nice spin move.
Yep, good move by Dawson. Good finish.
Yep, comes through. The Vikings push the pace a little bit. They're feeling themselves. Baco Iverson thought about it. Cross court to Whipple. Whipple will set up for 3. Long rebound to Honan. He's got the balls. He'll push the pace here. Kick out to Johnson. Johnson for 3. Misses. Rebound Whipple. Whipple had Mac for a second. Decides better of it. Football throw across to Hess. Hess trapped by the Rebels. Oh.
Ooh. Yeah, it looks like he tried to get a little quick pass down low to Mac, and Mac was cutting, and that ball went out of bounds.
Yep. Now a shift change here for the Vikings as Kyle Campbell, the senior, comes in. Carter Grunwald and Jackson Schlierman come in for the Vikings. Baco at the top of that 1-3-1. Ball is tipped away and stolen by Baco. We got one more in us. Just a gentleman's slam there, Nick. Brooks Baco has got 15 points, and I want to say about 6 of those, 12 of those here.
Man,
what
another
more
one.
do we got on this one? Just a nice lay-in.
He's just being nice to the rims.
He is, just taking it easy. So I said 6. I think 7 of his shots have been dunks or layups.
Yep.
Campbell will get a foul there.
He's gotten a lot of high percentage looks tonight at the rim.
I wonder, you're in the weight room all the time with him, Nick. Does the guy ever get tired?
He did admit that Fargo North game where they had a back-to-back earlier in the year, he said he was tired down the stretch in that game. He did admit that one, but very rarely.
Yep. Into the game is Verdi, the senior, the 6'3 senior, number 34 for the Rebels, as he posts up on Campbell, and Campbell picks up 2 quick fouls.
You see, that's kind of the nice thing that you can have with a big bench coming off. You can pick up, if someone picks up a couple fouls, you can give them a break.
Yep.
Right? You can send them to the bench, and you're going to trust who's ever coming in for them.
Yeah, well said. As Baco and Iverson take a seat here. Whipple back into the ball game. Inside, Verdi loses it, gets it back. Guarded by Whipple. Cutter is Dawson. He's going to go up strong against Mack. Misses that one. Rebound somehow came out by Carter Grunwald. Grunwald's going to push the pace here. Cross court to Whipple. Whipple's going to take it strong at Verde. Misses it. Whipple head to the line for 2 shots, Nick.
Yeah, good drive there by Whipple. Got a little out of control, but kept his composure and put that shot up and got fouled.
You mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, but I'm liking how Gabe's taken to the basket.
Yep.
Whipple is taking it strong to the hoop. Not necessarily working out every single time, but you like the aggressiveness.
I do. Make sure it's controlled aggressiveness, right? Something I talk about a little bit when we coach football, right? Being that aggressive, but you're being smart about it.
Absolutely. Conklin into the game as well for the Rebels. Gabe Whipple makes 1 of 2 as we're nearing the 2-minute mark left in the 3rd quarter.
What do we got here?
Whistle blown.
Oh, shot clock didn't start.
Oh, scoreboard malfunction. I guarantee it was nothing that Mr. Iverson did wrong. Something must have got screwed up. Eric Iverson doing a great job on the scoreboard. A little bit of man pressure coming out from the Vikings here. Schlierman putting the pressure on Ahonen as he crosses Verdi. Top of the key, drives against Whipple, kick Johnson. Back, Cox guarded by Carter Grunwald. Trying to run a pick and roll there. Great defense by the Vikings. Left side Inside, knocked away. Great hustle by Whipple with only 10 seconds left in the shot clock for the Rebels, Nick.
I mean, this quarter's kind of flying by because the Rebels have to use all 35 seconds of the shot clock dang near every time, and they're not getting up any high-quality shots. Vikings have come out playing amazing defense.
Yes, they have. And not something you want to see when you're behind.
No.
You want to get quick shots up.
They already threw it into the back court here, so now they're going to have to go quick again.
Birdie Johnson too far, too high. Another turnover for the Rebels. Great defense for the Kindred Vikings.
Man, it's like a tale of quarters for the Rebels. I mean, they must hate odd numbers.
It has not been a very good first and third quarters, to your point, Nick. Now they're trying to put a little bit of zone pressure here. Throw anything at the Vikings to slow them down. Grunwald sidearms it across the court to Whipple. He's going to go up, hop step, up strong, lays it in by Gabe Whipple.
That was strong out of Whipple, another young man that loves to be in the weight room. Strong move there. Didn't fall down on that hit and went up strong again.
Absolutely. Gabe's got 8 points for the senior. Up strong as Cox. They're going to say a foul on the ground on Carter Grunwald. That'll be his first, number 4 for the quarter for the Vikings. First on Carter Grunwald.
Micah Strand. The Rebels going a little bit deeper in their bench is Coach Clark. And he's gonna get a bucket right away.
Yeah, right into the game. Instant offense for Strand as he gets 2 points. Whipple jogs it down the floor, guarded by Johnson. Cross court, Mack. Schlierman was cutting momentarily and put on the brakes. Vikings nearly turned over, and they are. Now Johnson with the turnover. He's going to go up strong, lays it in. Chase Johnson, 5'10 sophomore, lays it in. Getting his first points of the game. Johnson, known as a very good shooter, looked fantastic in JV.
I wonder if Baco's night is done. He came out early in that third quarter. He's been on the bench for at least, I think, 3 minutes.
You're exactly right. Carter Grunwald will line up for 3, a little long.
That's a young man where if he can get hot from behind the arc, this team turns into a very, very dangerous team. And young man that can shoot the lights out just struggled a little bit so far this year.
Yep. Coach Whale, I think, would say he's looking for a little bit more consistency. Heck, I bet Carter would say that same thing.
Correct.
And he's one of those kids.
Carter's a competitor.
Yep, no doubt. A long one at the buzzer. Too long for the first time tonight, Nick. We do not have a buzzer beater. End of the third quarter. The Vikings lead 66-35.
Up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
We're back in Kindred where the Vikings lead 66-34. We're turning the page to the start of the fourth quarter. Rebels have got some work to do.
Yes, they do.
Johnson.
Baco's night is not over. He is back in the game.
Guarding Verdi, their left side.
DGF is kind of, they've thrown in nearly all of their bench now. We got Hezi Togba in the game. Will Olson's back in the game.
Getting some work as Johnson tries to drive. Conklin left side, thought about it.
Shot clock under.
Under 5 again. Great box out by the Vikings. Come up, here's a head to Hess. Nobody's guarding him. He'll go lay it in.
And that's double digits for Hess now.
If we can get Gabe Whipple to score, we'll have all of the starters in double digits, Nick.
It's exactly what you want out of a team. That's the definition of team basketball.
Yep, exactly right. Verdi strong against Baco. Baco kept his feet and was able to knock it out of bounds.
Yeah, this fourth quarter will be running clock with the score being over 30-point lead for the Vikings.
33 to be exact. Conklin drove. Little give-and-go action. Jump ball there as Mack was fighting him for the ball.
I'll go to Kindred.
It absolutely will. Been really impressed with Eli Mack today. The physicality that he's brought that you mentioned earlier, but just defensively, he's just brought a whole different level.
I agree with you there. It's good to see.
Absolutely. Great game by Eli. Spacco brings it across. Right side, Hess. Starting lineups still in for the Vikings here, up 33. The corner, Mack's going to try a three. A little long, doesn't get the roll. Conklin nearly trips over his own teammate. He's able to keep his balance there. And it does look like the Vikings are going to clear the bench. Verdi up strong, too much. Ball knocked around, gets his own rebound, scores.
Very strong by Verdi down low.
Nolan Verdi, the 6'3 senior, gets his first points of the night. Bacco over to Iverson. Vikings in no hurry, taking their time. Over Hess, great one-handed catch there. Whipple, he's going to drive in, kick. Mack kicks out. Hess will try another three.
Hess.
Yes, sir. Graham Hess having himself day. A timeout.
I think this is just going to be a quick sub timeout. I don't think we'll need to take a break.
No, we will not.
We'll still give our Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency some love.
Absolutely. Kindred State Bank. For more information, go to kindredstatebank.com. So on the floor for the Vikings, Jackson Schleumann, a sophomore. Carter Grunwald, a sophomore. Trey Teberg, a sophomore. Kyle Campbell, number 32, a senior. And number 30, Hudson Kasowski there. As the Rebels score, Toga scores.
And Carter Anderson has come in for the Rebels now. And Isaac Loran.
Campbell comes back, helps out Grunwald there. Ball moved across. Schleumann top, back to the corner there. Vikings stuck in that corner for a moment. Grunwald dribbles around, takes a step through, great drive, misses, ball knocked around. Come up.
We got a jump ball, that'll stay with the Rebels.
Yep.
Yeah, this is more of the JV type game when we watched before the varsity. This a lot of the rosters, and the Rebels came out on top in that one. See if the Vikings JVers have a little bit more to say on this last 4.5.
Right you are. Guarded there. Thrown away by Olsen there. Thought his player was going to cut, and he ended up staying put. One of those little miscommunications thing. These guys, even though it's a blowout game, it's still a big deal for a lot of these JV guys getting some experience, getting on the floor in front of a crowd. And a lot of them were playing earlier. Trey Teberg lines up for three. Little long rebound out to Strand. Drive to the basket. Missed, and they're going to call foul there. Good take to the basket there by Carter Anderson. They're going to call it on Jackson Schleumann.
And maybe you'll know, Nick, but Tyler Groundwold usually comes off the bench. I see him at the end of the bench down there, and some loafers. What's going on with Tyler?
I think there was a bit of an ankle injury or lower leg injury in the JV game. He came out for a little while, tried to come back in that game, and he played a few minutes and didn't have it. Clayton Altoff comes into the ball game for the Vikings, number 25. He also a sophomore. So on the floor, an entirely sophomore lineup for the Vikings.
Yep, Jack Savageau as well.
Yes, good eye there, partner. This is the main lineup for the JV starters. Altoff left side, looking over. Here's Schleumann top of the key, trying to make some moves. Schleumann is stripped. They're fighting for the ball. They're going to call a jump ball.
That's good by Schleumann. I mean, he got stripped, but he kept that hand on the ball and make it a jump ball so they could keep possession.
Yeah, you want to see that competitiveness.
Isn't it Kindred's ball? Wasn't last?
That's good.
Do we have another jump ball before that?
I don't think so. Well,
doesn't matter.
Regardless, the Rebels come up with the ball here. Drive Strand right side. Going to try a long three. Real short rebound. Out to Savageau. He'll bring the ball down the floor. Pass Schlielman cutting. Long rebound. Kasowski misses the lay-in. He's 1 for 2 today. 2 points. Guarded. Kasowski guarding on the corner. Left side ball nearly stripped out by Teberg. Trey Teberg plays good defense. Strong to the basket. Loses it. They're going to say it was off of Trey.
I think it hit Althoff actually on that ricochet. Althoff came in to try and get some pressure, and ball ricocheted right off him.
Rebels trailing by 30. There's a long pass. Across 15 on the shot clock. Just under 2 minutes remaining here in this game. Drive and kick. Open 3. Missed long there. Leerin just a little strong on that one. Schlielman for 3. Does not get the roll. Rebound. Kasowski, ball stripped out of his hands. Ahead to the Rebel Strand. Up ahead. Gets the 2-point lay-in. Right side.
Got to get it across.
Kasowski, top of the key. Left side to Teberg. Teberg will line up for 3. Long. Misses. Ball ahead here as the Rebels are pushing pace. Having their ball knocked around, come up. Althoff came up with it. Ahead to Teberg. Teberg's little step back.
He's pushing the pace too.
Yeah, these young guys, they want to get some shots up, Nick. Here come the Rebels back the other way. Drive and kick. Strand thought about it momentarily. Back on top. Will Olsen long. Ball out of bounds. Nobody gets stats for the rebound. Go to the Vikings.
Probably 1 or 2 more possessions in this one, and that'll be it from the matinee and Kindred.
Schlielman slowly brings the ball. They got to get it across half court still, Nick, as they do. Althoff stuck in the corner, gets himself out of trouble. Teberg's going to line up again for a jump shot in the corner. Great shot by Triton. Teberg. He's got his first points of the afternoon. 1 more possession here for the Rebels. Drives in, long. Rebound. Let's get a number on that, Nick. 14. Carter Anderson. Carter's got 4 points today.
That should do it.
Schlielman takes it across the timeline. The Rebels say that's enough. And that makes it a final here from Kindred. The Kindred Vikings win 73-45 over Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton Rebels.
What's going on today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassi Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve. So we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Welcome back to Kindred, where the Vikings were victorious 73-45 over Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton Rebels. Nick, a heck of a game for the Vikings. Probably not what you're looking for. If you're a Rebels fan, what can you say about this one, Nick?
I mean, it was not necessarily what I thought was going to happen here today, but the Vikings came out guns a-blazing, and that's what they needed to see, especially coming off of a loss on Thursday to a pretty talented Oak Grove team. But they would say that they aren't too happy with how they played that game, and they needed to come out on their home court and show that they don't lose here, and that's exactly what they did. And then if you're looking at it the DGF side, it's exactly what Coach Clark said, right? He said they haven't been able to play a full game. They haven't been consistent, and that's what happened here again tonight.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. You know, when we talk about pregame and we throw out, say, 3-4 keys, like, hey, they've got to do this. And most of the time, if you're doing 2 or 3 of those, that's pretty good. I'm not kidding you, Nick. I think the Vikings hit all 4 on theirs. They minimized turnovers for the most part. they had multiple scores, as we mentioned. I think, I don't know if it was Eli or Gabe Whipple that needed one more point, and all of the starters had double digits.
I think it was Whipple. Yep.
I think you're exactly right. Something we haven't seen out of this Vikings team all season.
Right, and it's good to see them do that. Now you have to build.
Yep.
Now that needs to become the constant if you're a Vikings fan or a Vikings player.
I think if anything for the Kindred Vikings, this was a palate cleanser. I mean, it has been a tough couple days. They went up to Devil's Lake and played some really tough competition. 4 wins, Devil's Lake. Another tough one with the DGF. I mean, this was certainly not a give-me by any means. And to be honest with you, it was not the way I expected it to go. I thought this could be a buzzer beater, maybe a slugfest in the 60s. Vikings completely flipped the script on that.
Right. I agree with you. I thought this was going to be more of a get after it type of game, and it turned out Vikings, they had that bad taste in their mouth from Thursday, and they showed that taste is going away.
Definitely. Well, let's take a quick break here as we'll come back with some more analysis and breakdown and get some player of the game, and plays of the game. Back.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Back to Kindred Vikings, where they are victorious over DGF. And when you look at the broad spectrum of the game, Nick, there's always a player or two that stands out. And first off, let's go ahead and hit our sponsors for that play of the game.
Yeah, Agassi Precision Ag, play of the game. Your local precision planting dealer, Agassi Precision Ag in Hillsboro. Call 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com.
And Nick, for a guy in the ag industry, I know those guys, they do a heck of a good job up there.
Good.
So, again, thank you to our sponsors for helping us out. And we've got some really good ones as well. But again, like I was mentioning, every part of the game, there's always that one or two plays that stands out. Nick, what stood out for you tonight?
Well, I'm going to take the cheap route, and I'm going to go with quite a handful of plays. But Vikings came out in that full court press, little 1-3-1 press that they ran. And Baco at the top of it got a whole bunch of steals.
Yep.
Okay, and that started off started the run that the Vikings went on in the first quarter, and they didn't look back.
Well said. And to me, that's not the cheap way out. That is 100% the right way. The Vikings, we haven't seen them do that 1-3-1 press much this season. Coach Will pulls it out today in this matinee and absolutely got exactly what he was looking for. Nick, I think if you looked at all of Brooks' shots and added up the distance, I think everything was right around the rim. I don't remember him taking a jump shot.
I don't remember either. And when you can do that with Baco, and that means you're getting other opportunities with guys on the outside, and they buried their shots tonight too.
Absolutely. It was a complete game, as we mentioned, for the Vikings. Lots of contributors. The bench came in and played really well. The other thing I really noticed, Nick, is there wasn't a drop-off on the Vikings bench. There was never that lull. There was never that dead period that the Vikings have run up against at times this season.
Maybe a little in that second quarter where the Rebels got hot, but not like we've seen throughout the year.
100%. And credit to the Rebels. They were very good in that second quarter. But you mentioned it in game. But that first and third quarter, Nick, for the Rebels was just devastating.
It is bad. I mean, when you turn on the tape, that's when we're going to look at it once and then delete it.
100%. And maybe it's one of those things that Coach Clark goes, you know what, let's just – it was on a back-to-back. We don't want to talk about it.
Yep.
And it wasn't an effort thing, in my opinion. It was just one of those things that they rushed themselves a little bit. They looked a lot more calm in that second quarter, and I thought, okay, they're going to catch their rhythm and get going. But then they came out in that third quarter, and it was much the same as it was in the start of the game.
Correct. Yeah, it was a rough afternoon for the Rebels here in Kindred.
No doubt. let's talk about the player of the game. Nick, we have a plethora of guys that we could go through. Who's your player of the game?
Well, Enbridge player of the game, Enbridge Energy for Life, Enbridge.com for your career is going to be Gabe Iverson. We talked off air. It could have been Graham Hess getting the start tonight. I mean, could always be Baco getting his fair share of points again. But the whole role players, but we got to go with Ivor. He put in 16 in the first quarter. He started basically this game for the Vikings and got them to where they needed to be. And he didn't score a lot after, but he's the reason that I think they won this game and started so great.
Oh, spot on with your analysis. You're exactly right. I mean, he was the catalyst to get things going. Started out making 3 and then ended up making 4 of his first 5 shots.
Right.
Was absolutely on fire. And the thing you appreciate about a guy like Gabe Iverson is he's waited his turn.
Yep.
It's been a long time coming for him. And it's got to be tough because you go to other schools and you go, he could have been a starter maybe for 3 years.
Probably.
But because of the amount of talent that Kindred has kicked out over the years, he's had to wait his turn, bide his time. He's always a team guy, which I always really appreciate. And now he's getting his chance to shine and taking full advantage of it.
Right, he certainly is, and I'm very excited for that young man. He's worked his tail off to get there, and it looks like he's walking up the steps right now.
That sounds great. Let's get a quick break in, and then we'll talk to Gabe. Coming back.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Welcome back to Kindred. We're here with the player of the game, Gabe Iverson. Gabe, you're a senior. You're a starter this year. You've waited your turn. Tell me what a game like this means to a guy like
It means a lot. We came out fast. We haven't been playing that fast for a while now, so we knew we had to get back after a hard loss to Oak Grove, and we came out strong, and everyone was shooting it well, all 5 starters, even people off the bench. We were just feeling it tonight. Felt good.
Absolutely. I was really impressed with the amount of energy. What do you think helped create that energy today?
I feel like that loss last week to Oak Grove, knowing we had to bounce back and bring our energy, we didn't play our best, but we knew we had to come back and give it our all today.
100%. What has practice been like since that Oak Grove game?
Yeah, it's been hard. We knew we had to work on some things, clean some things up. I mean, we're halfway through, and we're making a few not smart mistakes, so we had to just clean those up in practice.
100%. You are a leader in this team. You're a veteran guy that's been around this program for a long time. What have you been able to do to help some of these young guys along? You've got a lot of guys that haven't had a lot of varsity experience. What have you as a leader done to help those guys along?
I think just helping them every time if they get down, just bring them back up, because I know, like, this is their first time at varsity. They haven't much time last year, so just, like, bringing them back up if they miss a shot or make a bad mistake, just forget about it and getting on their back. So
100%. Great job tonight, and obviously your points were incredibly impressive, but I'm always impressed with your defense and your hustle and the little things that you do. Fantastic job, Gabe. Congratulations.
Thank you.
When we bought our first home in Fargo, we had no idea where to start. A friend told us to call First Class Mortgage, and I'm so glad we did. They explained every step, answered all of our questions, and made us feel completely at ease. We closed on time and even got a better rate than expected. If you're buying or refinancing, trust me, call First Class Mortgage. They really do live up to their name.
First Class Mortgage is locally owned. Visit firstclasscorp.com for more info.
We're back in Kindred with new starter Graham Hess. Graham, tell me, what was it like when your first start?
It was pretty good, I'd say. I had a lot of motivation, I guess, from not starting the other games, and I've been working on it, so yeah.
Absolutely.
Pretty good.
A lot of nerves. Were you pretty fired up, or were you able to kind of keep it contained for the most part?
I was able to keep it contained, I guess, because I've been a little bit more, like, heart racing moments, I guess, in football.
100%. You're kind of accustomed, like you mentioned, with football. But on the basketball floor, you're a very, very good defender. But tonight, you showed your range, shooting the lights out. What was different tonight? Did you just feel it? Was it one of those things that it just felt great? Or what clicked tonight so well for you?
I kind of just tried to stop thinking, I guess.
Yep.
And then that helps. And then all the confidence from the coaches. They give me a lot of confidence being able to start today. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Fantastic job. One last thing is you've kind of had to wait and bide your time. They're switching some things up, Coach Whale is. You get this opportunity and take full advantage. What are you excited about moving forward?
Well, I'm excited about being able to play with my guys, I guess. A lot of those starters, I've been playing with them since I was a little kid, and it just makes me happy, I guess.
Definitely, definitely. One last question as we move forward in the season. What do you think is the key for the Kindred Vikings moving forward?
I think we got to have a lot of chemistry because sometimes the ball gets really sticky and just got to keep the ball moving, I guess.
100%. Well, congratulations on a great game and your first start.
Thank you.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Welcome back to Kindred for the final time. Nick, an super exciting matinee basketball game, the Red River Rivalry. I'm going to go 3 for 4. I'm pretty excited about that. Fantastic job by you, partner. Having Josh step out, you two do such a phenomenal job. It is an honor to be part of this group, and we got to watch a heck of a ball game.
We did. I'm happy you were able to come here and do some play-by-play. It's always fun when you get up into the booth.
Oh, I love it. It's a lot of fun, and especially fun when the Vikings come out and play as well as they did.
Yeah, it's good to watch them play really well, and then hopefully DGF, I know Coach Clark and the rest of their coaches, they got to go back and watch some film, and they'll be better coming down the stretch.
No doubt about it. They're going to be a force on that Minnesota side, no question about it. Vikings will hopefully get some momentum moving forward. They got a game coming up here on Monday against the Lisbon Broncos right back here.
Which you and I will be back up in the booth for.
Yes, sir. I get one more game before Josh is back, before I get the boot. Looking forward to it, Nick. Any final thoughts here before we take?
No, it's a good Saturday afternoon game, and good to see, if you're a Vikings fan, the Kindred boys bounce back.
I'll tell you what, I couldn't agree with you more, and I look forward to seeing what they're going to do against the Lisbon Broncos on Monday.
I agree.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. Enjoy your afternoon.